Boat life is just a series of events where you get repeatedly pushed out of your comfort zones, over and over again. It's very windy! Hey, we're Laura and Peter. We moved on board our floating home 1 year ago with zero experience of how to sail. Ever since, this has been our adventure. Currently we find ourselves in the Aegean Sea in Greece, an area of the world with endless options for sailors. There's just one problem. A crazy strong prevailing north wind called the Meltemi, which can be amazing when you're going with it, but anything else can be a serious challenge. With friends and family arriving on the island of Mykanos, we had 140 nautical miles to get there. The kicker? 40 knot winds every day. Yeah, it's that time again. We gotta push ourselves out of our comfort zone. So let's get the boat packed up and get ready for the first leg of the journey, which is from Poros to just below Athens.
Bye, Poros. We're sailing.
Basically the plan is we're going to Poros. No, we're in Poros and we're going towards Mykonos. The plan was to sail to the top islands of the Cyclades, but we're not going to do that either because there's a lot of wind in the Cyclades today. So we're just going to sail to the very southern tip of like the mainland of Athens. So that is the plan. Once we get around the corner, hopefully the wind will build up and we can actually sail somewhere, because this is 2 knots so far. It's just a performance boat. So the plan is to try and sail as much as possible because we have motored everywhere since the Peloponnese. It was around the second cape. It was the last time we sailed, and that was 2.5 months ago. Literally, we've sailed maybe an hour since that. So it's just been a lot of motoring. So we've been kind of sitting here waiting for wind. It's supposed to be windy. So yeah, we're going to go there today. It's about 30-ish, 35 miles. So right now we're still protected by Poros itself. So once we get round past it, hopefully the wind should fill in and we can get there by 2 or 3 o'clock. I'm super confident. No, there's never been wind here when you think there's going to be. That's pretty much the rule.
So right now there's very little wind, but we are about to pass like the opening of the island, and the boats in front look quite heeled over, which means like they're leaning over to the side, which not about it. What I was saying was Peter was reefing in the main sheet, which means making the sail smaller by bringing parts of it in, because we were worried the wind would be too strong just as we went past the island and then would bring it back out. But we've had to put the motor on. Hopefully once we get past this island then we're fine and we will be sailing from there.
It's a good thing that we reef, because it's, I mean, coming in between land is always difficult, but if you think you should reef, you should just do it. Don't question it, just do it. That's the first thing that we always learn. Well, we learned from sailing
in the Peloponnese,
especially in the Peloponnese, and just any kind of serious winds and going around land at the same time. If you've even a slightest question about whether you should reef or not, just do it. But that should be us now, sailing the rest of the way, fingers crossed. And if you followed us last year, we said about how our autopilot didn't work. Well, still doesn't really work. Works when it wants to, and most of the time it just kind of does a big wavy line, whatever the heck it decides. If there's a gust of wind, it's away that way. If there's a wave, it goes that way. If you just press hold, it just goes. So yeah, still not right, but hopefully it can get us there. The wind's picking up a little bit and it's not actually bad, but with the autopilot not holding properly, we need to point a little bit more upwind, and so I'm just going to reef in the main a little bit more. And our furling line for the main to pull the sail in is not very good at doing it, so I need to go up onto the bow or up onto the mast and actually throw it in there. So
Why are you putting that on?
although it's not really rough at all, my rule is if you're too far to swim to shore, well then you need to have this on. Do a little tiny bit more. The wind was supposed to be coming from kind of like a northwest positions, which would have been perfect on the beam for us. It's coming from northeast, which is pretty much on the nose now. So that's kind of where the problems are coming from and why we're not really sailing in the way that we wanted to. I mean, you have two options: either you keep beating into it like we are now, trying to push as far upwind as we can, or you just sail south towards the island. Could be a little bit of a change of plan.
So I've been sailing now for about 5 hours. We've got about 1 hour left, but unfortunately we've done well. Like, we've done for the past 5 hours, we have sailed, but we've just had to put the engine on there. The sails, the wind has completely died. Yeah. Motoring the last hour, that went a lot smoother than we thought it would. The wind itself was very consistent, and it was very, like, there was not very much chopping and changing, and which has been quite consistent in the Med, where we've had to chop and change constantly throughout our sail. It was actually quite a nice sail to do for our first one back, so yeah, pretty happy about that. Captain still isn't very happy that the engine is on, but pick your battles, eh?
Aye.
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 Captain! Get it? Oi. So we are pretty much there. As we've now gotten really close to the land, there's a lot of northerly winds coming from this way straight down, and they're funneling over the land here and making it absolutely crazy. So we've actually just put Genoa away. The wind was coming from port, then starboard, and it's like 20 odd knots. So Genoa's away now and mainsail's still up. We're hopefully going to get there in just over an hour, and hopefully as we get closer to the winds will kind of calm down a bit. Okay, so we've arrived, and one of the first jobs that we do is put all the windows up just to get some ventilation to the boat. Part of the job has been you have to tie a knot. Believe it or not, Laura's been on a boat for a year. To this day has been reluctant to learn how to tie a knot.
Not reluctant, you're a terrible teacher.
No, not true.
It's true.
So there's the moment of truth. Can you do a sheep bend?
Is that what it's called?
Well, I'm sure there's more names for it, but
I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
okay, we'll come back in 2 to 3 hours.
Wait.
Oh.
No.
No.
Why did that not?
Why didn't that not?
I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Oh wait, no, did it?
Look at you.
Didn't do anything different, so I don't understand why I didn't know. I did it.
You did do it. Oh, it shouldn't, might not be big enough. It's too small, babe. It's too small. It's too much pressure. Oh, Laura, it's too small. Do it again.
It's the perfect size.
It's not. You can only learn by practicing there.
Yeah, I know.
You just don't like to practice.
No, you can't teach.
You just don't like to practice.
You can't teach.
You're so dramatic with that first flop. Yeah. Well,
It makes no sense to me, this spin.
yes. That's it. You did it. So it makes perfect sense. Oh, that's quite small again. Why did you not make it bigger? It's not too big. Look at her.
I'm a natural.
Well, we'll not go that far. You've just about learned what the mainsail is.
It's not my dream to be a sailor, just to live the lifestyle. I'm out here representing the women that are just here for their husbands but love the lifestyle.
So you're not
Don't
just
really
here for your
care
husband?
the-
Right, hoist Santa. You want to know who Santa is? Santa is our red rope. Halyard, it's not a rope, it's a halyard. The ship pulls it there, and it comes up like magic. It's a halyard. Isn't that right? Alright, Kip. Keeper. So yeah, we were super happy with how the first day of Meltemi sealing had really gone. The 20 to 30 knots was like a nice taster of what was going to come in the next few days. Yeah, we're going to head on down to our first island, which we're kind of excited about, and there's a lot of wind over the next couple of days. We're going to have the Meltemi, which is a typically northerly wind that comes during the summer quite often. We've been told it usually starts kind of July, but it started a lot earlier this year. So we've got a lot of wind now every day until we can get down to Mykanos. So first stop, I think it's just going to be the first island of Kea, if we can get the right kind of wind. We don't want to sail upwind in these kind of winds at all, so if we can avoid it we will. If we have to sail upwind to get to Kea, then we'll just go south and go to the next island of Kithnos, is it? So yeah, that's the kind of current plan. So we're going to just get ready to leave. It's currently blowing about 20-25 knots here in gusts anyway, and I would imagine that will continue the whole way down. So yeah, let's see. Wish us luck for our first Meltemi sail. How we doing?
Okay, we've changed route slightly, so we're going to go through two bits of land, so hopefully the wind won't pick up too much, that it won't be too gusty really is what we're hoping for, but it's very possible.
We're going to go this way and around. We're just going straight through. We don't normally go in between islands because it's always gusty, but it'll give us a bit of an extra few degrees of angle to get down, so it's more comfortable in the sail down. So that's the plan. Might not work out that way, but
That'll be fine.
This is the problem with going in between islands. All your wind disappears, and then you can see just a dark patch right here. That is a gust. So as we just ghost along here with zero wind, we're going to get hit with 30 knots. So engine's back on to try and get us through this until the next gust hits.
Kind of like watching your doom come for you.
Yeah, you just see the dark patches coming.
See it?
So here's one coming now. This is not too bad. And then we are 20 knots. 25 knots. Just a little unnerving, but you just have to
Good experience. We've now brought in the Genoa just until we get through the bit of land that we're going through.
Just one less thing to be stressing about, because it's a tight enough channel, it's shallow enough, gusty as heck, and yeah, especially when the gusts just like right now there's literally nothing again, but we're about to get one in 3, 2, 1.
So we found the wind. So we're past the little So we've crossed between the little channel of the islands, and we're still out, but unfortunately because we're still close to land on the port side, it's still very gusty, so we're probably hitting about 30-35 knots. We don't really want to put the Genoa out just yet because of the gusts, and it means it's one less thing to worry about if it's still okay.
Very windy! Pushing yourself out of your comfort zone is the best thing you can do. A year ago, we would never have attempted any sail like this. The thought of going out in 15 knots was terrifying, let alone 30. It's crazy what a difference a year makes. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, because next week we're hopefully going to get from here in Kithnos all the way to Mykanos. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and comment, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later. Bye.